YouTube, it's me, real Jessica 92, coming to you for another sexy video. How the heck are you? I know I'm not that sexy today, because I still have my do-rag on, my bonnet on. It's braided underneath and this cute little doodad. If you follow me on Facebook, you'll see the dude that I have, you know. Anywho, so we're here with the first video to show you how I make my rolls. Today I'm making lentil patties, mashed potatoes, and mushroom gravy. Some dinner rolls and some green beans. So that's, and I don't know if I'm gonna make sweet potato pie or apple crisp for dessert. We'll see. It's the Feast of Ingathering, so I'm gonna try to like at least do a dessert every night for the next 6 days that we have left of it. So right now I already have my flour, 2 cups of flour. Like I said, I'm not in my own kitchen. We're overseas, so I'm using what stuff they have. So we're using a pot to mix the stuff in. But it's 2 cups of flour right now. This big old bag is my flour. We just had it yesterday. Went some grocery shopping yesterday. So yeah, my husband really, my family and myself love bread. Now, as you see, I have lost a lot of weight, but I still keep bread in my life. I just don't do it like as much as I did. Because I used to, never mind. No, but for real, I used to eat like 2 or 3 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in one setting. And yeah, then have crackers on top of that. Then have wraps on top of that. This is bread. So now I still eat bread. I just keep it for one meal, you know, one meal a day. Anyway, long story short, let's get back to this. Okay, so I have my 2 cups of flour, and we need 1 teaspoon of salt, I have a feeling this video is going to be really long because I didn't prepare. You know how you see a lot of videos on YouTube and they have them in their little special cups, and this is, I don't have that, so you're going to be doing it right along with me. Okay. 2 tablespoons of sugar. I'm using plain white sugar. Plain sugar. 2 tablespoons. Now these aren't like yeast rolls, they're not light, but they're really tasty. There's 1. There's 2. Now the yeast that I'm using is fast-acting yeast, instant yeast. So I don't have to mix it with the water, let it sit, let it bubble, and then use it. I can just put it directly with the flour. So that's what we're gonna do, right? I need 3 teaspoons of this. I already have one open because I made these yesterday with my black bean burgers. And I tell ya, I made black bean burgers, homemade hamburger buns using this recipe for the rolls, and fries. I fried my husband's and I baked me and Jonathan's because he likes his fried. And I was already having the bread, so I was like, I really don't need fries. And I made 2 spring rolls. You say, why 2? But we only had 2 wrappers, and I had it in the refrigerator from when I cooked it last week or something. And we had some leftover beans and rice, so I said, well, let me go ahead and hook that up. So my husband had one, and Jonathan had the other. And what else do we have? And soup. So we never had the soup with the green burgers, but it was cool. I've been making soup pretty much every day because it's filling and it's good. We have veggies in it, you know. Alright. So that's 1. 2. 3. Okay, so that's all for the dry ingredients. Next is the wet ingredients. The recipe calls for 1 cup of water. But I don't know gonna do 1 cup of water. I'm gonna use a half a cup of milk and then a half a cup of water. That's what I do. So we got a half a cup of milk, and I'm just gonna mix it with the water. Un momento. I guess you can. Come along with me as I probably should have had the water prepared. Sorry. Can we speak friends? Okay. So I'm gonna add that. First, just use a fork. Mix your dry ingredients. Make sure that everything's mixed very well. Get that yeast coagulated up in that piece. Let's see my muscle. Let's see you flexing. Yeah. So I got that mixed up. I also need 1 teaspoon of oil. So, as you see, these rolls aren't really that bad. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a whole bunch of oil and sugar. And I know it's like 15 calories for each for each teaspoon of sugar. I use 2 tablespoons, which is like 4.5 teaspoons or something like that. So it's not that bad, actually. So here's my teaspoon of oil. I'm just gonna mix it with the water and the milk. Just like that. Now I'm gonna slowly add the wet mixture to the dry mixture. So we're gonna do a little bit, mix it. I don't see this one. Just a little bit. Mix it. Because I tried it when I made my biscuits. I had mixed the dry, mixed the wet, and then I added the wet to the dry, but I added it all at once, and they didn't come out right. So yeah, so I mixed a little by little. I can use this spoon now. I'm gonna drop the fork. Mix up. It's not YouTube video more, it's a music video. Okay, it is. See, I know it's something about that, right? Probably. Although you're very right. Whatever you are, I'm watching this video. Not all you watching. Okay, so yeah, the flour. It calls for 2 cups of flour, but you're actually going to use more than 2 cups of flour. Because once this is all mixed up, you're going to need some for the countertop, and you're going to need some just to add to it so it won't be so sticky so you can knead it. Now this, although it is instant yeast, I still let it sit for like 15-20 minutes to let it do what it do. I don't know if we have to, but that's what I do. Okay. Last drop. This is how it looks right now. Kind of like mashed potatoes, I'm sure, from the screen. Let's bring it a little closer. Like that. So, now I'm going to get my hands all dirty. So, mix that with my hands. See it? as planned. Okay, so I got that mixed. It all coagulated together. So my hands are very sticky. So now I have a clean countertop. I'm just gonna add some flour to the countertop. Add a handful. I'm sprinkling half a handful on the countertop. And I'm gonna keep the rest in my hand just to try to get this stuff off. And I'm just gonna sprinkle it on top of the dough directly, so that I can pick it up without it sticking to me. Smear, is that the word I should say? I'm gonna smear the flour on the countertop. Take my dough. Put that on top. I put it on top where the flour, where I put the extra flour, because I'm going to put more flour on the face of this part right here. Don't let that go to waste. So with the flour being in your hand, you're able to, you know, get a lot of the stickies off. So we're doing that. You're going to want to wash your hands before you start cooking, if you didn't know. That would kind of work if you didn't. Okay. I mean, unless that's how you get down, but that's not how I get down. So I'm sprinkling more on the top of the dough, putting it in my hands. That's why I say you're going to use more than 2 cups of flour. But, so I'm just kneading it. Okay, so you know what, Mama?
I just want to see the
Okay, just here. Okay, so we got the dough.
You can close the door right now.
So we don't have no more stickies in the dough. I'm going to knead this a little while longer. Only for a few minutes, as you see. It's not forever. You just want to make sure it's not sticky anymore. So that means to add more flour, So you just want to knead it, fold it, 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 eat it, fold it, eat it. So that's pretty much it. After that, what I'm gonna do is just roll it up. So I have it in a ball. Watch out with this so they can see. So I have it in the ball.
Yeah, it looks like
There's the ball.
it looks like a real ball.
Yep. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna wet a paper towel.
We don't have any pictures.
I'm gonna wet this.
Me too. I'm gonna with that. I'm
Whatever.
gonna.
I'm gonna damp this paper towel, put it on top of the bowl, and let it sit. On the bowl, on top of the ball. Let it sit for like 15 to 20 minutes, and then that's when I'm cooking it. A little longer than 15 minutes because I started cooking other things to go with it. But all I did was I took it off, of course, the wet paper towel off, and I put some more flour in my hands because it did, it does what it do. Put a little bit of flour on my hands, not directly on the dough. Put it on my hands, took the ball, and just broke it off in pieces, kind of molded it in my hand, did a little bit more kneading in my hands, then I rolled it into a ball, and I put them close together so they can blossom together so pretty. So yeah, I'm going to put this in the oven, and if you want to, like I've seen people do it, they cut like little, I don't even know what it's going to do, but we'll see. First time for everything, right? Okay. Put that in the oven. I'm not sure what to tell you to put it on. because I'm working with a gas stove, which I love. So I'm gonna do the top and the bottom. You can, I don't know if you ever used a gas stove, but you can light the top and you can light the bottom. So I'm gonna do that so it can be finished sooner, probably 15 minutes at the most. So I will let you see how they come. Okay, so I took them out the oven just now. And I just look at them before I smur the butter on it. You got smurred on it. This is the free butter. This is the brand that they have over here. Really great. Y'all see that? Hot cross buns. Yeah. So I know it's delicious. I shakes before I start cooking because it usually takes about 2 hours for me to cook everything from beginning to the end, including dessert. So I don't want to be dipping, dabbing, tasting because by the time it's time to eat, I'm gonna be full, but I'm gonna want to eat with everybody else. So that's one thing that I have definitely changed in my life. Tasting so much and make sure I have my shake or have breakfast before I start cooking lunch. You know what I mean? So yeah, hope you try this recipe for the biscuits, rolls, what you want to call them. Let me know if you have any questions. Very simple, very tasty recipe for rolls. And with that, you can put a lentil patty in between. Like I said, I used that same recipe. I made them bigger for buns. I made black bean burgers yesterday. And yeah, you can use those pretty much. You put some syrup on it, soda, some jelly. Ooh, girl, oats. But that's how, you can't do it every day. Like I said, have your day or have your meal where you can have your bread if you are a bread fiend like myself. I'm ashamed to say. I know, but I'm proud to say that I've overcome my, what do you call it? Overdosing of it. And it's a fight. It's a constant fight. Constant fight. So let me know what you think. In the meantime, be good, be blessed, and shalom.